hope you are having a blessed day. It is very dark and we've had well over 2 inches of rain so far since last night. We have the remnants of Nicole flying through. It's very windy. So it's a dreary day here in the mountains. It's a good day to be playing with some brightly colored batiks. And you might be wondering why I've got coffee filters here. I just had a big bucket of coffee, but I will be using these coffee filters as foundation papers, and I'm going to be making another thing. I don't know if it was her design, her idea. I heard about this technique from Brenda over at Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. So I thought I would give it a try. I do have an ulterior motive. I have a plan. In my head, and I'm hoping that as these turn out, they will work for my plan. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be sewing bubbles. Brenda calls these bubbles. I don't know if they're Brenda's bubbles or somebody else came up with them, but bubbles. Although I'm going to make them actually look like bubbles by either using some white fabric as accents to make a shine, and then like a little square. That way they look 3D. So I'm going to be using batiks because the plan that I have for these is to go on a quilt that is made up of black, white, and gray fabrics. And I thought batiks would be just beautiful. So I'm going to be taking these lovely, luscious, yummy batiks, and I'm going to be sewing them in all different kinds of random patterns across these coffee filters that you can get in the Dollar Tree for, I think I got 500 of them or 750 of them. It was a huge, huge sleeve of them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I thought I'd pop in and bring you along for the ride. All right, we are at the machine and I am going to be sewing a scant 1/4 inch seam all along. And I know you've been seeing the same nail polish for quite a while. I just haven't had the energy to go get my nails did.
Honey, sit down. I'm gonna stick my link. She do for you. Good job. Only $20 more. That's okay. Sit down.
But Sanjay is coming down. He's driving down tomorrow, so hopefully I will have enough energy when he gets here. I'll go get my hair cut and I'll get my nails did. So I am just doing this kind of willy-nilly here. I'm doing them crooked, and I have wide and thin strips. These are so yummy. I don't know if, I guess Keepsake Quilting is still around, but over 20 years ago I was doing the batik Keepsake Quilting monthly fat quarter bundle thing, and I have tons of batiks. I have a lot more over in my studio that I can go get. I've got batiks fat quarter bundles that I never even opened. They are still sealed in their bags. I have to confess, a few of these are not batiks. This one, I believe, is maybe, or it looks like a batik, but it's lighter here, so that leads me to believe that this may be a hand-painted piece. This here is a batik, definitely. I don't think anybody's going to notice. My machine needs to be serviced, but I don't want to be without it, so I may have to pull out one of my featherweights or my old Bernina 180E for a little while. See, this is I think a hand painted, and it was done over a lace tablecloth. Got a funny story about painting over a lace tablecloth. My brother used to do a lot of auto body. And he had, I believe it was a 57 Chevy, and he took my mother's holiday tablecloth, lace tablecloth, and taped it to the top of his 57 Chevy, the roof, and he painted through it, and it absolutely was beautiful. It was stunning. Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous. Yeah. My mother did not appreciate that too much, but oh, it looks so good. So I have, yeah, see, this is why I know my machine needs to be serviced. See the pucker? That is the thread cutter, and the thread cutter's been getting noisy, so I have cleaned what I can repeatedly. I've got these little tiny Q-tips, these micro Q-tips that I've used to try and get lint and whatnot out of there. But yeah, she needs to be serviced. Take your machine in, especially if it's one of these computerized machines. They need care in order to maintain their quality work. So pretty. I do love batiks. Here is our first one. Isn't that pretty? Look at all those colors. And I am going to cut right up to the edge because I'm going to be sewing a 1/4 inch around with some interfacing. Actually, I just had a thought and I'm wondering if it would work. I wonder if I used another coffee filter and sewed on top and then flipped it. That would allow me to iron it to get a good crease, and then I could take the paper off and just sew it down. There is our first bubble. You can see it's real simple to do, and I am going to try doing a couple of other patterns, maybe like a star that goes out, you know, a fan that goes out. I am taking another coffee filter and I'm putting it on top of the circle, and I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch all the way around and see if my idea will work. Don't tell anybody I'm doing this. I just use my little small gingers on paper. I hear the sirens of the quilt police in the distance.
Adam 12, 1 Adam 12, possible 459 suspects in a...
These coffee filters work fantastic as interfacing. Look at that. A perfect little bubble there. You can tear the paper off, it'll be fine. But I'm going to leave all the papers on until I am ready to sew them down. But, oh, I do like that very much. Yes, sirree, Bob.
Sirree, Bob. No, sirree, Bob.
I don't know who Bob is or if it was his idea, but I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to make some more of these, and I'll come back and show them to you when I'm done. I wanted to show you the 2 bubbles that I've got done so far. And I'm going to show you how I sewed these on. It's very, very simple. It's just straight stitched on. There's no interfacing or anything. And on this one, I pulled the paper off the back before I put this on for the to flip it around and iron it down. That's fine. This one still has paper on it. It doesn't matter. You can pick it off while you're drinking a cup of coffee or watching a movie or whatever. So this one I peeled the paper off already and I gave it a good press. I am laying this on the right side of the circle. And I'm not doing a 1/4 inch, I'm doing probably maybe 3/16 maybe. Right, so that is stitched on. Don't tell anybody I'm doing this. Okay, here it is all pressed. And now I'm going to take a piece of white fabric and I'm going to just cut it like that. There's that piece, and you can place this anywhere you like. Okay, there's that piece, and then I take a rough square and I cut it into 4. And then I move to the opposite side. Okay, and I'm not using any interfacing or any fusible web. You can, of course. I'm just raw edging it. Go around the inside of the curve. Okay, there's that piece. And now I think I'll move this over a wee bit more. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. There we have it. Let me back you up a wee bit. There's another one. So that is how I'm making bubbles using coffee filters. It works really well and it tears off quite easily, and because I'm not really using off-kilter pieces, I don't have to worry too awful much about taking, you know, the paper off the back so I can do the reflections on there, the little glimmers. But it comes off real easy, and again, like I said, you can sit down while you're watching a movie or in a meeting or something and just quietly tear away the paper. And if you leave about a ½ inch or so along the very edge till you're ready to sew it down, it will hold it. And another thing that you can do is you can just do a little bit of top stitching along the very edge of the circle, and that will hold it down as well. I think these are an absolute blast. As soon as Brenda said bubble, this is what I saw. I'll make a bunch more and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them in the next video. But these are just an absolute hoot. The coffee filters are dirt cheap. Don't mind my hair.
He had this crazy idea.
I have to take care of myself. I need a haircut, something fierce, and I need to get my nails did. But here are our fun little bubbles. I think they're a scream, and I think that they're going to look great on a quilt. I'm not telling you what the quilt will be yet. Come on, there we go. So, this is just a real quick little project. Something to, you know, let's go get some quilting supplies from Dollar Tree, or I should say $1.25 tree, and get yourself some coffee filters or take some out of the closet. And they're soft, they're easy to sew through, but they're strong so that your fabric will be stabilized until you're ready to do something else with it. But there you have it, batik bubbles with coffee filters. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to ask you to please do hit that subscribe button, and please give the video a thumbs up. Please leave a comment down below so I know you were here. Please share my videos on your social media. And I will see you right back here at 70 Acre Studio with our next project. God bless.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy.